Premiership, 36-year-old former Polokwane City and Marumo Gallants play. He really is a star in the colours of red and black. Is Mpho Velase.
He's proving to be quite a versatile player. You could play him in the midfield. At the same time, I thought he was a bit hesitant in terms of taking that shot.
With Maklambu with the clearance. Lentwe Motong. Velase not able to quite pick it up. Puzo Didijani also giving away possession, and that's been a bit of a theme at the moment. All of a sudden there's a bit of space available to some Kalamaseko. Dumped rather heavily. Nothing wrong with the challenge, says referee Tsidiso Mkwanazi, and some Kalamaseko stays down.
You will always find those kind of defenders that are very tough. It was a 50-50 situation. Who's the strongest?
TX Galaxy really guilty of giving the ball away too easily, and Trevor Mokoena pushing forward and not quite able to find Jocelyn Kamatuka. But the way the TX Galaxy are playing, particularly when City are over the halfway line, is a bit dangerous at the moment, to be honest.
There's a casualty.
Yeah, so some Kalamaseko did pick up a knock a little bit earlier on. It looks as if he's still suffering from that knock he took. There's the follow through from the boot of the TX Galaxy defender.
I don't think it was deliberate. Unfortunate, because he had lost the ball already. He was trying to clear it.
I have to agree with you. I don't think there was anything intentional, although the referee has given a yellow card to Kulumani Ndamane. Bit of an explanation as well there from Mr. Mkwanazi.
I understand he gave the yellow card, but personally I didn't think that it was a deliberate attempt. Damani, of course, not too happy with the decision from a referee.
Durban City certainly not in the Betway Premiership to make up the numbers, as the clearance comes from Macbeth Maklangu. They've got themselves pinned inside their own half at the moment are the Rockets. Good piece of defending in there as well from Seluleko Maklambi. Comes back to assist. Only played once in the Betway Premiership, has a Seluleko. And new pictures of Mfanafuti Mkize, the left-sided fullback, who last played at Amazulu. In fact, he's only represented KwaZulu-Natal sides with Utuangati, Maritzburg United and Amazulu. Then signed with Durban City. One of the 6 players in the starting lineup retained from the championship-winning team from the previous season for Durban City. Long throw in, looking for the near post flick on. Could be a corner off from Velase.
Trying to play to their strength. Durban City. Trevor Mokoena leads that front line. Brooklyn Pochenpool supporting.
First corner kick of the match. The Ivorian goalkeeper looking a little bit anxious. Iratapa, there's the threat of Jocelyn Kamatuka and Trevor Mokoena. Shot from outside of the penalty area, though. Goes wide from Mapate. You always know from sides coached by Kevin Hunt, very strong in the organization of the defensive structure.
That's what he's always been about, Kevin Hunt. Sipamanda, Nanana, Darren Kidd, of course, has to align the defense, the threats, because there's Victor Etsalo they have to deal with. In the TS Galaxy attack, that means the Cock, Nanana have got to be alert at their best as well.
It's fascinating looking at the experience that Gavin Hunter signed with Durban City, along with the owners, the Kadodias. Darren Kidd playing his 208th match in the Betway Premiership. Hashim Domingo, his 105th. And Brooklyn Pukulpu, his 59th. And if you have a look on the bench, Siphelele Mthembu is played 225 times, and he'll be hoping to do better than that. Thabo Madada is another signing from Cape Town City. He's got 210 appearances in the Betway Premiership under his belt. So there's a lot of experience that's been signed by Gavin Hunt and Durban City, of course assisted by Cape Town City's relegation. Darren Kidd will have to play keeper sweeper. He's done nicely. He just managed to slide that left boot of his behind the line. It almost looked as if he was going to step out of his box. He's an experienced man, one would think so, at 208 appearances in the Betway Premiership. Ball given away carelessly here. Maklambi can't find Mpong Velasi. Direct route and box penetration looked for by Maklambi.
I'm very familiar with that surname. Remember Pakamani Maklambi?
Pakamani. Yes, I do.
That's the young man who was coached by Gavin Hunt as well at some point. But this time, we're talking about a Maklambi that is here right now and playing. And that's a Seluleko Maklambi. Very skillful player too.
Kamatuka, 34-year-old Namibian. Lovely little ball in. Nice first touch from Aseko as well. Trying to bustle the ball into the back of the net. It doesn't quite work for Durban City, but my goodness me, that was close.
Close, but beautiful to watch as well in terms of the architecture phases that they've had. The good control, a bit too casual in terms of clearing their lines. TS Galaxy, and they almost got punished. Almost. It's always a tricky ball for defenders to deal with. But look out for that man, Hashim Domingo.
Experienced campaigner. Away by Tope Ira. The flow of the match that we had at the Orlando Pirates Sekhukhune United game last night or yesterday evening at the Orlando Stadium, but one can understand that sort of situation, and I'm very impressed with Durban City and the amount of time they're spending inside the half of TX Galaxy, and Hashim Domingo came very, very close to opening the scoring. However, they have shown a little bit of weakness on the flank so far, Durban City, and I must say that Maklambi and Kobowake Sipande have been given some space on this left-hand side.
The Pirates fans are still trying to recover, and you open up the wounds that their former coach came and inflicted pain on them. Okay.
He did too, and consecutive victories as well for Sekhukhune United in Soweto. These two teams have never met each other in the Betway Premiership. Durban City have only been the the recipients of this name for one season. All sorts of shenanigans going on between Royal AM and Msunduzi Council as well. Little scramble back here for Fanafuti Mkhize. It's done nicely against Mfom Velase. A little bit of space available here, and any sort of touch from Liam de Kock, and that might have been an own goal. It wasn't. And good communication by Darren Keat. Just to get back onto last season, though, where Royal AM decided that they didn't want Maritzburg United to play or share the stadium with them at Harry Gwala. And the Gododias took the team down to Durban at Chatsworth Stadium, renamed them Durban City. And the rest is history as they earn promotion to the Betway Premiership. And maybe, not sure whether there's that sort of cruelty around the game of football, but they had the last laugh with Royal AM's expulsion, and now all of a sudden there's nobody playing at Royal AM at all. I beg your pardon, at the Harry Gwala Stadium at all in the Betway Premiership.
I guess sad for us, and I say sad for us because the late Pumlani Msibe, may his soul rest in peace, he would say Friday nights belonged to Super Diski, because Friday night in Maritzburg, my word, the atmosphere, Friday nights at Bidvest at some point where Gavin Hunt used to be, Begumnand, it was good.
Bounces inside that TX Galaxy penalty area. Nobody willing to challenge, and easily defended by Tapa Ire and company. I'm really liking the way that Samkela Maseko is establishing himself in the midfield here for Durban City, and the understanding between him and the players around him, such as Trevor Mokwena, Kamatuka and Hashim Domingo. That still has to be developed, I suppose. This squad hasn't been together that long. Ball away by Maklangu. Pokanpo. And haven't you been impressed with Brooklyn Pokanpo? I mean, he was at Cape Town All-Stars FC, signed for Chipper United, was picked up by Super Sports United under Gavin Hunt, and all of a sudden you just saw his development skyrocket to a position where he held on to that holding midfield role with great consistency at Matsatsante Patori. And he holds that role here for Durban City, having been signed by Gavin Hunt and Ernst Middendorp. But for me, he is a seriously developing player. Little touchback by Puzo Didijani just behind his teammate, and foul play by TX Galaxy and the former Kaizer Chiefs man Didijani. Atina Jordwana trying to scrape himself off the lush turf here in Nelspruit.
You're talking about Pokenpo. The young man is in good hands. He's under a coach that will push him hard to get the best out of him. And that, of course, is Coach Kevin Hunt. And I'm saying this because he's been capable. The likes of Ndlovu, who he has coached in his days, they've been under Coach Kevin Hunt, and he has made them the best as far as that role is concerned.
Really hasn't changed into second gear yet. And, Durban City still enjoying a little bit of possession. This is Spamadla Mtanana, the captain of the side, former Tuxman, went to Richards Bay FC and Maritzburg United. Maritzburg United changed their name to City, and he stayed with the side. Ball in from Mapate. Good second ball from Pokanpool. Now Pokanpool slightly out of position, but the rescue act comes from Mtanana. is going to be interesting to see how these two teams develop over the season to come. This is only round one of 30 matches to come in the season, and don't forget cup competitions as well, in which TX Galaxy have already experienced action and led over Sekhukhune United, with Mvalasi and Letawalo scoring goals before Bradley Grobler, the former SuperSport United striker, came up with a goal, and we saw him in action last night against Orlando Pirates. He is such a phenomenal player. Oh, there's an opportunity here. First touch not great from Mkhlambi again. Ball knocked in once again by Gobowake. Referee has spotted something.
Was that a kind of ball that needed a second touch in the box?
No.
My answer is no. And let's have a look at it again, because they were pierced through on this left-hand side. Good combination play. Did it need a second touch? Because it becomes a game of seconds when you get into that sort of area. You don't have enough time. The angles are very tight. Natural instinct has got to kick in.
Yeah, it certainly does. Mokoena continues to cause problems, and once again a shot from Maseko. Not afraid to pull the trigger, Samkelo. He's only 22 years old, signed from JDR Stars, who are no longer, by the way, and there's lots of movement and name changing happening in the Motsepe Foundation Championship, with JDR Stars selling their status to a stadium in which TX Galaxy started playing their football, the Camille Rafir Stadium out in KwaMahlanga, and that's where Leicesterford City will play. Leicesterford City buying the status of JDR Stars, and Pretoria Kelly selling their status to Lerumo Lions, owned by a lady in the Northwest Province who owns a security company, almost a la Sekhukhune United, I suppose, in some way. But they will be hoping to play in the, well, having bought statuses. Wait to see the final decisions taking place as far as the teams promoted from the ABC Motsepe League. Brooklyn Pokanpool a little bit slow off the mark though for Samkelo Maseko, and perhaps the wrong ball played by Pokanpool.
I think there should be a stock exchange of teams. You know, when you go there and then you're talking about this team becoming this team and this team becoming that team and this team being extinct and this one coming in. A lot is happening, but hey, it's what happens in the field of play that should kick in. We saw Siwelele
Absolutely.
last night.
We did too, and what a great debut for Siwelele. Gidi Gidi scoring a brace, getting the Player of the Match award as well. What a great start for the chairman and the acting CEO of the PSL, both sides at the bottom of the table after, well, not quite after round one, because round one hasn't been completed yet. And don't forget, later on this afternoon at 17:30, after this encounter has come to conclusion, great way to end the weekend. Stellenbosch FC against Kaizer Chiefs. That's going to be a mouth-watering one. Well, it is a mouth-watering one. We'll wait to see how the lineups come about and how Kaizer Chiefs will progress after the pre-season in Europe.
Well, the payoff line of Betway Premiership, they say Lise Kazini, it's in the blood. It's got to keep flowing because the masses enjoy the products offering. The thriller that you mentioned in terms of Orlando Pirates against Eric Tinkler, and that is a Sekhukhune. So interesting battles. Mamelodi Sundowns up against Chippa United. What a start. Of course, there was Siwelele. Later on from Feni, it's going to be happening.
It's a good challenge at the end of the day, but a corner to Durban City will be the result of that attack. Not able to make the clearance was in Klankla Mgaga.
They talk about 50-50. Who commits to a tackle?
Crowded penalty area for the referee to deal with. Durban City with 17 victories out of 30 matches last season, 7 draws and only lost 6 games, plus 21 goal difference, have conceding only 23 goals in 30 matches, scoring 44. Convincing campaign for Durban City. Header might have taken a deflection. That should be a second corner. It is a second corner for Durban City. Well, a consecutive corners and 3 in total.
Of course, back in the days when Gavin Hunt was in charge of a super sport that had a Morgan Gould, you'd say that corner used to be a goal. Can it be?
Flick to the back post, and that's a miss that could be expensive. Perfectly positioned and headed over the crossbar.
Did he expect it?
Oh, so much time.
So much time. But then again, I don't think the technique was right.
Maybe the header was a little bit on the early side from Trevor Mokoena. It's been a while since we've had Teague's Galaxy on the attack, but they are on the attack now with Mpom Velase. Goes back to Ndimane. Macbeth Maklangu. Motoong has got a little bit of work to do and tidied up by Mfana Fortium Kize. Didijani trying to wrest back possession, as was Victor Letsawalo. Foul play though.
I think it is part of their game plan that once they lose possession, they quickly recover and do by all means to deny the opponent to counter them, because they are more focused on offensive type of football. That's TS Galaxy.
Mapate. Nicely away by Ndimane. Maklambi. Maklangu. Velase. Nice little ball back towards Maklambi. Well, he just waited a moment too long and catches some Kalamaseko, who was back doing a spot of defending. He's taken a few knocks this afternoon as the young former JDL Stars attacker. Referee having a chat to Seluleko.
He looks naughty in a football sense. And what I say the football sense is that every time he's in possession, there's this good posture about him, but there's arrogance as well to say that I'm going to embarrass you, I'm going to take you on. And that's the kind of caliber, not far off from the man that I mentioned earlier on, to say Pakamani Mahlambi was the sort of player that would do the same.
Kamatuka looking to challenge. Nice header away though by Ndimane. Kamatuka ball, man before ball, and a free kick to TX Galaxy with Nklanhla Mgaga, the recipient of that challenge by the Namibian. Nklanhla Mgaga, 121st appearance in the Betway Premiership. Played mostly in the Limpopo province at the start of his career with Chakuma Chamatsviantila and Barocca FC before moving to Stellenbosch FC, and signed then after being released at Stellenbosch FC here at the Rockets. Mpom Velase.
fierce battle. Battles in the midfield. Has been good tempo to the game itself. It shows their hunger. Some of these players, they couldn't wait to be part of this, the Betway Premiership. Even the referee is just willing to have a conversation with Wasambi. Not showing any yellow card, saying to the young man, there's possibilities in you, but be careful.
I think he's treading rather dangerously at the moment. He's Seluleko, who's already been spoken to a couple of times by referee Chitiso Mkhonazi. Darren Keats with the delivery, and they'll gain a whole bunch of yards here with the header away by Dumane. Very colourful looking bunch of TX Galaxy supporters.
Don't they match your shoes somehow in terms of the
Just a little, yeah. A whole lot of teams sort of claim access like Free State Stars used to. I belonged to them. At one stage, TX Galaxy the same thing. Long throw in, nobody getting on the end of it for Durban City, but they'll stay on the attack here with throw-ins from Spamandla and Klanana. Over 33 minutes played in his Betway Premiership. Thanks for joining us on your World of Champions this afternoon. Long throw in. The referee spotting some pushing in that penalty area from Durban City. Jocelyn Kamatuka is such a threat. Scoring at just about a goal every second match for Durban City in the championship victory in the Motepe Foundation Championship last season. Ahead of Albert College, who finished ahead of Cashwick Stars. Titijani really has been a breath of fresh air for TX Galaxy since his signing from Kaizer Chiefs TDC side a couple of seasons ago.
There's a whole list of players that we can talk about that come from the developments of a whole lot of these teams, the big clubs, your Pirates, your Chiefs, that have of course been given the opportunity to join other clubs and how they've managed to blossom.
Well, if you look at the amount of players that have been lost by TX Galaxy as well, most notably Janjmovic. Good at pushing inside that penalty area, and the referee has got his hands full from a distance. Wants a couple of players to come into the office, and one of them is Mfanaputi Mkhize, captain of TX Galaxy. He's also getting a bit of a lecture, Macbeth Mahlangu. Just 23 years old, his 86th appearance in the Betway Premiership, Macbeth. Very, very solid player indeed. He's a nice tall figure as well. First corner kick of the match for TX Galaxy. No problems for Keats. No intervention needed. Very watchful, thoughtful Adnan Boganovic. Yeah, neither side with a prolific first touch or a second touch for that matter inside the opposition penalty area. The box entry seemed to be there, and the creativity certainly there as well. Not seeing any finishing of great stature currently. Peth Maklamba goes wide to Lenswe Motaung, trying to consolidate his right back position in his debut in the Betway Premiership after having debuted just a week ago in the MTN8. Coming through from the junior ranks, Hashim Domingo holding the side of his face after having taken a bit of a knock from the elbow of the TX Galaxy player, Lenswe Motaung.
Someone needs to start lighting the fire once they make those box entries that they're talking about, because then it creates possibilities for players. Fertile area.
Kizi with the clearance for Durban City, and they retain possession as well. Kamatuka with a lovely first touch. Space wide on the right-hand side where, once again, Maseko's waiting. Pokampu goes the opposite direction and lands up back at its originator, Darren Keat. Mapate. Pokampu, it's a dangerous ball with Mpom Velasi lurking dangerously and not kept in play by Kamatuka, who's not very impressed with the possession that was given away. Macbeth Maklangu, Maduna, Ndamane, Dejani, a little scramble for Ngaga, and well organised and well drilled Durban City at the moment anyway, defensively, playing with a solid structure and looking comfortable, and that could quite easily be an own goal from Liam Dokok at full stretch.
The most trickiest crosses for defenders to deal with. Once it is pinned in that sort of area, in an attempt to clear it, if you're not as precise, as possibilities that you could score an own goal. They've considered a corner though.
Good call again by Darren Keat. Really is commanding his penalty area rather nicely at the moment. Jocelyn Kamatuka, look how well he holds the ball up. That's the Namibian, and he gets caught by Mgaga.
Not only that, but the distribution as well, the quick thinking to find his teammates. Not Darren Keat to find Kamatuka.
Ball given away, careless in the central defence again by Liam Dokok. Opportunities for TX Galaxy. Side netting by Victor Letsawalo. Great opportunity.
Great opportunity. No fear at all. Patience in terms of they went route one. Not convincing in terms of clearing their line, Durban City. And there he comes. Composed as he's supposed to be in the box. The attempt to get it on target, missed it. Remains dangerous.
Third corner kick of the match then. And acrobatically trying to get the ball on target. An opportunity to escape for Hashim Domingo. Nicely tidied up though. Or was it? Keeper in no man's land, under pressure from Maseko. Continues to be impressive. Away by Macbeth Maklangu, and all of a sudden it looks as if we've changed into second gear as far as the pace of the match is concerned. And which of the two sides is that going to benefit?
Here's a young man that I think just needs to find his confidence. It's there, Maduna. This young man who was at Amazulu at some point. Was rated highly by coach Benny McCarthy.
Free kick for TX Galaxy. Darren Keat organising the single man wall in front of the free kick taker just to close down that angle towards his far post from the side of the field. Stays on his line, and there's a header for Maklangu that goes wide. There was a final touch from a Durban City player though. Maklangu earns his side yet another corner.
Yeah, now wasebukhosini Maklangu. That's not the best defending. This is what we're talking about earlier on. That he had so much time. Ball, of course, took a bit of a deflection. Victor Letsolo.
Sipande dummy one way and then moves in the opposite direction. Wasn't a bad first touch from Hashim Domingo, but a ball given away carelessly in the midfield by Atini Jordwana. Gaga.
They still have the identity of confidence on the ball. No panic, rotation should be good. And that's the Galaxy.
Yeah, slowly but surely we're seeing the flow and the execution that we're so used to from a TX Galaxy outfit. Ball given away to Brooklyn Pochenpoel here. Kamatuka with another good touch. Hashim Domingo cuts on into the inside, and Jocelyn Kamatuka with some work still to do, but he's outnumbered by about 5 players in red jerseys. This is Puzo Didijani. And Damani. Cool, calm and collected defensively in front of Maseko. Wasn't Damani. Didijani, I'm not sure that there was any great benefit in that ball. TX Galaxy, I think, got a bit fortunate. Away by Sibande. Brooklyn Pochenpoel goes past Maduna, and side in blue are guilty of giving the ball away too easily at the moment. Just before half-time here in Nelspruit. Forward by Ndamani, pick up by Maduna. Options to the left and right. Lovely ball through the middle. Victor Letsawalo. Brooklyn Pochenpoel with a foul and a great chance for the free kick for the Rockets before half-time.
Fertile area. You can get something out of it. It's in Paul Velase, who got fouls. Who will take it? I see Maduna making himself available. Is he the dedicated one to take it? Pochenpoel and his troops, of course, lining it up. Got to act on the instruction of Darren Kitts.
Referee moves the ball back the whole 10 meters. Just a couple of seconds away from first half stoppage time in Nelspruit. Great opportunity for TX Galaxy. Victor Letsawalo. Yeah, that 1 minute is going to be added on to the end of the first half. Wall's done its job for Durban City.
It's all about Sibonise. Show us. It's the competition where there's a...
Sibonise and win. If you're watching from home and wondering why the stadium looks extra colourful this season, it's thanks to Betway Sibonise and win campaign, and trust us, it is going to have the fans showing up for the Betway Premiership teams, and they stand a chance just by arriving in the boldest, most creative club regalia to the fans. It's all about the passion, the colours and the vibe. And 10,000 South African rands to add to that situation. And if you're a Betway Premiership card holder, then that would be double to 20,000 bucks. So yeah, come up in your best kit to the stadium and stand a chance to win at least 10,000 rand.
You have a red pen on you, you have a red mouse and the red shoes. Should I nominate you to be part of that? You've got the swag yourself. A red pen, red mouse for the laptop, and the red shoes, the red socks. You've got the swag. Can we nominate you?
It's Women's Month.
What are the flowers?
Not allowed. Ball away by Hashim Domingo. Closing out towards half-time here in Mpombela. Durban City suddenly, after soaking up a lot of pressure for the last 10 minutes or so, even maybe longer than that, suddenly find themselves with an attacking option, and then maybe a long throw-in as well from Sipamandla and Tlanana. And Tlanana throws it in low and flat and gets a ball returned to him almost immediately. Maseko trying to dig it in behind the defence, and cleared by Ndamani for a Durban City corner. And they'll stay on the attack here, all the First Division champions.
The strength of this Gavin Hunt team will be tested in terms of their prowess when it comes to conversion of set pieces. I'm saying this because the teams that he's coached always deadly when it comes to set pieces.
Header from Maseko and picked up by Tope Ira, and the referee will blow for half-time in Nelspruit. Both sides with lots of corners, both sides with opportunities as well, but no goals in the first half. And yeah, a little bit of a tentative start by both sides here, Brian.
I like the tempo of the game, but it's in the details of testing both keepers that did not convince me, and I'm sure coaches will highlight that. But what a Sunday offering. I've been happy with the tempo of both teams, the intention to try and get something out of this. They both need to be clinical in situations that matters most. Test Darren Kidd, and of course test Tape Ira, and I think they did not test them enough.
Both goalkeepers keeping a clean sheet in the first half of this encounter here. Round one of the Betway Premiership. TX Galaxy and Durban City level at 0-0. It's half-time at Mbombela. Little ball in. Nice first touch from Maseko as well. Trying to bustle the ball into the back of the net. It doesn't quite work for Durban City, but my goodness me. Does not come Matuka. 34-year-old Namibian. Lovely little ball in. Nice first touch from Maseko as well. Trying to bustle the ball into the back of the net. It doesn't quite work for Durban City, but my goodness me. Does not come Matuka. 34-year-old Namibian. Lovely little ball in. Nice first touch from Maseko as well. Trying to bustle the ball into the back of the net. It doesn't. Durban City, but my goodness me. Does not come Matuka. 34-year-old Namibian. Lovely little ball in. Nice first touch from Maseko as well. Trying to bustle the ball into the back of the net. It doesn't quite work for Durban City, but my goodness me, that was close.
Close.
Does not come Matuka. 34-year-old Namibian. Lovely little ball in. Nice first touch from Maseko as well. Trying to bustle the ball into the back of the net. It doesn't quite work for Durban City, but my goodness me, that was close.
Close.
Lovely little ball in. Nice first touch from Maseko as well. Trying to bustle the ball into the...
That corner used to be a goal. Can it be?
Flick to the back post, and that's A miss that could be expensive.
That corner used to be a goal. Can it be?
Flick to the back post, and that's a miss that could be expensive.
That corner used to be a goal. Can it be?
Flick to the back post, and that's a miss that could be expensive.
That corner used to be a goal. Can it be?
Flick to the back post, and that's a miss that could be expensive. Perfectly positioned.
That corner used to be a goal. Can it be?
Flick to the back post, and that's a miss that could be expensive. Perfectly positioned. Oh, the ball given away. Careless in the central defence again by Liam de Kock. Opportunities for Chiefs Galaxy. Side netting by Victor Letsawalo. Oh, the ball given away. Careless in the central defence again by Liam de Kock. Opportunities for Chiefs Galaxy. Side netting by Victor Letsawalo. Ball given away. Careless in the central defence again by Liam de Kock. Opportunities for Chiefs Galaxy. Side netting by Victor Letsawalo. Oh, the ball given away. Careless in the central defence again by Liam de Kock. Opportunities for Chiefs Galaxy. Side netting by Victor Letsawalo. Oh, the ball given away. Careless in the central defence again by Liam de Kock. Opportunities for Chiefs Galaxy. Side netting. Oh, the ball given away. Careless in the central defence again by Liam de Kock. Opportunities for Chiefs Galaxy. Side netting. Oh, the ball given away. Careless in the central defence again by Liam de Kock. Opportunities for Chiefs Galaxy. Side netting by Victor Letsawalo. Oh, the ball given away. Careless in the central defence again by Liam de Kock. Opportunities for Chiefs Galaxy. Side netting by Victor Letsawalo. Central defence again by Liam de Kock. Opportunities for Chiefs Galaxy. Side netting by Gaga, and well organised and well-drilled Durban City at the moment anyway, defensively, playing with a solid structure and looking comfortable, and that could quite easily be an own goal from Liam de Kock at full Gaga, and well organised and well-drilled Durban City at the moment anyway, defensively, playing with a solid structure and looking comfortable, and that could quite easily be an own goal from Liam de Kock at full playing with a solid structure and looking comfortable, and that could quite easily be an own goal from Liam de Kock at full playing with a solid structure and looking comfortable, and that could quite easily be an own goal from Liam de Kock at full defensively, playing with a solid structure and looking comfortable, and that could quite easily be an own goal from Liam de Kock at full stretch. defensively, playing with a solid structure and looking comfortable. And that could quite easily be an own goal from Liam Dokok at full stretch. Back to the Mbombela Stadium. We're in Nelspruit this afternoon. Round 1 of the Betway Premiership, match number 7. And don't forget to stay with your World of Champions after this encounter for the Stellenbosch FC Kaiser Chiefs opening Betway Premiership encounter of the season down in Cape Town. I think that match is being played at the Athlone Stadium, maybe even at DHL. It is a huge match, and Chiefs no doubt will have a lot of support in that encounter. But Stellenbosch FC getting their season off to a good start in the empty net competition. Supporters from the home side, TX Galaxy. The red and black of the home side. They might not be dressed in TX Galaxy kit directly, but that lady is. Plenty of support in this time of the world. And what I do really like is the ethnic look of the jerseys around the edge of the sleeve and down the front, and the designs made by TX Galaxy really very impressive indeed as far as the creative jerseys are concerned. But creativity on the pitch is required more inside that jersey as we prepare for the second half of this Betway Premiership Round 1 encounter. Durban City will get us underway, and they'll attack the goal to the left-hand side of your screen in the powder blue. Our TX Galaxy in red and black will play from left to right during the second half. Oh, lovely little squeeze ball there from Hashim Domingo. Kamatuka, space for another goal. It's only taken the Durban City side a couple of seconds to score in the second half. And Tape Ira beaten for the 4th time this season. Delight from the Cadodias. And Maseko is absolutely thrilled with his contribution. 10 goals last season, scores for the first time in the Betway Premiership in the colours of Durban City.
Whatever the conversation by Coach Kevin Hunt in the dressing room, it has worked. It has sparked a sense of urgency. It has sparked a predatory approach, particularly when we are in the box, and that's what we have seen, and this is how it has panned out. You look at the numbers, they seem to have it under control. TS Galaxy, the different mindset, the different energy levels, combination play on the left-hand side, difficult ball for players to clear and not convincing for defender and the goalkeeper, but the predatory approach that led to the goal being scored. What a start for Durban City, Mr. Kandoria.
I like the way he followed up though, Samkelo. His first touch was saved by the goalkeeper, maybe even a defender as well, Tape Ira, in his defence, but he followed up nicely and tapped in the rebound. And Durban City scored their first goal in the Betway Premiership. And yeah, lots of work still to do because the goal coming in the opening seconds of the second half. But wow, what a way to start, and I'm sure Gavin Hunt will be very pleased indeed. But yeah, he's experienced enough to know that the match isn't won at half-time. Having to do a spot of defending now. Durban City, they got numbers back behind the ball. Needs a decent clearance, gets a decent clearance from Sipamandla and Konana.
Now, here's the task for Durban City: to defend their lead. The how part is also going to be crucial. Do they sit back? One would say it's still early stages of the game. Maybe try and create a bit of a balance. For TS Galaxy, you've conceded early in the second half. What do you do? Do you push numbers forward to become much more adventurous? That's the way to go.
Opportunity to equalise straight away with Didejani. A miscue from Mpofu as well. Kamatuka for Durban City.
There's a bit of a row-row.
Hashim Domingo.
There's a possibility of thinking perhaps there was a penalty. There was a handball in the box. I'm sure at some point we'll get to have a look at it.
Tijani, Victor Letsawalo. There's no doubt that the pace of the match has picked up immeasurably, and TX Galaxy will earn their first corner of the second half.
This man is now involved. This is what we're talking about. That's important. Was that a penalty? Was that an intention?
Well, there was a little push of the ball with the left hand there.
That's what I was talking about, Rocky.
He slipped over, and then Liam de Kock, for me, in fact, was it de Kock? No, it might not have been. It might have been Fanafuti Mkize. Got a little tickle on the ball with his hand. First of all, came off the top of the bicep.
When it comes on top of the bicep, I don't have a problem for it. What I have a problem with is that he reached out for it to an extent.
And in our opinion, he reached out.
He reached out, in our opinion. In the opinion of extra time that happens tomorrow,
we'll have lots of opinions, no doubt. But it looked like a penalty for TX Galaxy that hasn't been awarded to them. Mkize gets the ball away to Kamatuka.
Listen, Gazini, we'll keep saying it. The action, it is right there.
Header wide from Mokwena. Yeah, a goal brings so much confidence to a team and settles them down, gives them options. And have a look at this. Handball or no?
I think first time we'll have a look at it once more.
Interesting from that angle on the sort of almost ground level. But there was an angle, the first angle that we saw from almost a high level that showed that there seemed to be the first touch from the bicep as the offside flag goes up here. And Tope Ire stands his ground anyway. But yeah, this is going to be a talking point. It's a controversial moment. And we'll have a look at it again. Brian Mate, tell us about this one.
I'm thinking he has an opportunity. At this point, I don't think first time it wasn't. But when he stretches his arm, there's an intention there. There I don't have a problem with, but it's when he stretches that arm.
So the bounce of the ball bounces off his bicep, it bounces down, and then he just pushes it away. Not with a huge push. It wasn't like a volleyball the spike or anything.
It's a gentle touch.
However, it was just a little feather. There was contact on the ball.
There
penalty
was a contact.
Denied.
Penalty. There is our extra time view here in Bobela, but there is extra time on Monday.
And they'll dissect that in pieces.
In pieces. Brace. Listen, Gazini, we're back at it.
Doesn't change the fact that on the scoreboard, Durban City lead by a goal to nil, and Keat is having to intervene and will probably have to intervene more and more during the second half because TX Galaxy are hungry here and they've shown they can score goals. They scored 2 against Sekhukhune United in that early stages of the MTN 8 opening round, and to put it into context with Sekhukhune United having beaten Orlando Pirates, I know I've said it again, don't worry, that the context of the importance of those 2 goals from TX Galaxy last week.
Absolutely. It is a Sondag. It happened yesterday. That's the beauty of this game. We love it.
Clearance from Mpon Palase. Knocked away by Liam de Kock. No changes made by either side coming into the second half. There's not a great deal of substitutions that have been named by either of the 2 sides as Didejane wins a free kick, and well, there's a bit of back chat in the middle of the park by the look of things, and a yellow card there to Mapate.
And the referee is explaining, but he's dishing this yellow cards out. No chance for the young man, no chance at all. Mapate, Mapate, he's up and down, full of energy. They've got a lead.
Former Richards Bay FC player, former Cape Town Spurs player. Stays at the coast with Durban City. TX Galaxy looking to turn on the pressure here with Didejane and company.
Their best quality is the rotation of the ball with speed and accuracy. When the mindset, the attitude is there, and the TX Galaxy players, now they've got to come back or bounce back, respond in a positive way.
Durban City with a victory here today could climb as high as 4th position on the table. TX Galaxy a position lower than that, only courtesy of the alphabet, and once again a clearance. It comes from Hashim Domingo. Bit of a miscue from Mgaga, but still TX Galaxy remain the side that are on the attack at the moment, and the danger of that is that they get caught on the counter. And he has a good ball from Kamatuka offside against the goal scorer Maseko.
A sense of desperation on the side of TX Galaxy to attack with numbers. Then they become vulnerable when they're being counter-attacked, which is a game plan that we're seeing, and a sense of urgency on the side of Durban City. They got caught offside, but defensively it seemed to be disjointed a little bit, TX Galaxy.
The goal from Maseko is the 12th goal scored in the Betway Premiership this season so far. Siwelele with 3 goals, Maruma Gallants with 2. Amazulu with a 1-0 victory. Sekhukhune United the same. Chippa and Mamelodi Sundowns with goals, and there's an opportunity in front of goal by Victor Letsowalo, and he was just a little on the back foot. Lovely ball played by Mpho Mvelase, not taken advantage of by Victor Letsowalo in his 197th appearance in the Betway Premiership.
I'm loving the second half, the agency, the box entries as you mentioned.
A victory for Durban City will take them into 4th position ahead of Sekhukhune United and behind Amazulu, courtesy of the alphabet. But if there's another goal scored and they have a +2 goal difference, they could end up in 2nd position. But however, there's a chance here on the turn. And he's working very hard indeed, he's Mpho Mvelase. 36 years old, but he's putting everything on the line here today in this opening Betway Premiership encounter, and a home match for the Rockets TX Galaxy. This is Mgaga playing in a much more forward role at the moment. Little cut in by Motowung. Yeah, a bit over the top from Sipisekile Maduna. Ended the season with his 100th appearance for TX Galaxy, playing one more than that in the start of his 2nd 100 appearances in the Betway Premiership. Sipisekile, only 25 years old. Plenty of time. Away by Liam de Kock. Hashim Domingo, lovely control. Pick up from Atini Jodwana. Tough job he's got in the holding midfield. Atini Jodwana, and Kamatuka showing a bit of pace at his age of 34, and he might get a corner out of it. In fact, he's not going to get a corner. He's going to get blown against for foul play.
Which I think it is justifiable, the right decision.
Yep. Good clearance from Macbeth Maklangu. He's a solid player, Macbeth. Incredible to think that he's only 23 years old, but little touch from Maduna, away by Ira.
Reminding me of a Macbeth Sibaya, defensive midfielder.
Oh, what a good player he was, Macbeth Sibaya. Little niggly challenge in the midfield from Durban City, and we've got some defending to do, cleared by Mkize. Maseko with a good first touch, but he's been robbed in the midfield. And TX Galaxy really turning it on here after that goal from Maseko, just seconds into the 2nd half. Nice clearance from Jodwana, whacked away by Maseko. Kamatuka's in space and onside. Does he have the space to beat Maklangu? Oh, there is space wide as well. Lovely carry into the area, and how Mokoena missed that. Well, maybe he'll be able to tell us at the end of the encounter. That's a miss of enormous proportions. No wonder Gavin Hunt is looking rather perplexed. Easier to score than miss.
We are excited on the other side, based on the agency that this game is showing in the second half. The opportunities created, the possibilities as well. The goalkeeping, one-on-one situation. Make yourself bigger. That's what happened there with the Tape Era. Disappointed young man because he could not bypass a gigantic figure in the TS Galaxy figure.
I'm just wondering if he didn't confuse himself. He had like, okay, so I'm here. You don't have to think about it. Bash it into the back of the net.
Yeah, when we have somebody that is as red hot as that man in the box, that is an imposing figure. It's not easy.
Turn of Durban City to attack. Mokoena waiting. Maseko waiting. And so is Sipamandla Nana. Still, we haven't had a substitution from either side yet. Header to the back of the net. Durban City 2-0, and Kevin Hunt goes on a little bit of a flyer, almost like the former national coach, Mr. Clive Parker. That is absolutely brilliant from Mfana Futi Mkhize, the 27-year-old left-sided fullback. Doubles the lead for Durban City 11 minutes into the second half. In fact, I'm lying, it's on the hour mark.
His teams that is coached, part of their strength is dead ball or set pieces. He drills them on the application of that, the accuracy, of course, the aggression that they need to show. What a game that we're having. It is a corner. It's the aggression, the imposing figure, power in terms of delivery, power in terms of conversion, and that's what you see. And I will say it again and again. It is red hot. Lise Kazini. We have a game.
We do have a game. Durban City leading by 2-0, and if the match had to stop right now, Durban City would find themselves second on the table behind Sibulele, and two new teams in the Betway Premiership for this season find themselves first and second currently.
I have those Nigerian friends, and I've got to say it in their tone. My brother, me, I'm happy. I'm happy with the performance that we see here. Second half, the approach, the aggression, the precision, the ruthlessness that we're seeing from Durban City. Rodney Charles used to play for Durban City back in the days. I'm igniting memories.
Mpon Velasi continues with his impressive work rate. Motowung. Wide by Maduna. Ndamane.
Structure 4-4-2. Durban City. That's how they're defending their lead.
Substitution time for TX Galaxy. They're going to bring out Nklankla Mgaga in the holding midfield and bring on Mlungisi Mbunjana for his 152nd appearance in the Betway Premiership. The 34-year-old played at All Stars in Highlands Park, one of the few remaining former Highlands Park players after the Highlands Park status was bought by Tim Sukazi about 4 years ago. Mgaga makes way, himself having played 121 times, and Mbunjana comes on for his 152nd appearance in the league. He's a really, really good player.
That's swag.
So the winner of Sibonise and win is Esther 20.
The swag that Mama carries. Estam 20, did you say?
10,000 Rand winner. If she was a Betway card holder, it would be 20,000, but it's 10,000 bucks today for Esther. Congratulations, young lady. I'm sure she'll be absolutely delighted.
10,000 on a Sunday.
10K on a Sunday afternoon.
10K.
I've come to support my favorite team and I go home.
10 steiner, like they say, the boys in the township.
With the moolah. I've got moolah.
The moolah. You are talking about the moolah. Me, I'm talking about 10 steiner.
Diggs Galaxy trying to fight their way back into contention here. 19 minutes into the second half. Nice, lovely floated ball. Headed away by Nklanana. An opportunity for Mvelase, who continues to be absolutely incredible today. Hit the directed header from Kize, picked out by Darren Keat. This could be a dream debut for Durban City, away from home.
Dreams are being fulfilled. Siwelele won the first game.
This is Jodwana, who tried a little slider, nicely picked out by Puzo Didejani. Opportunity to attack, he's run out of space, says the former Chiefs man.
I am watching Gavin Hunt indicating to his players, come down. As footballers will say, easy boy, take it easy boy, don't need to rush, easy boy.
How many times have we spoken about a 2-goal lead that can evaporate in a matter of minutes?
Yeah.
If the tide turns, you concede 1 goal and all of a sudden you're trying to protect the 2-1 advantage, and opposition bangs in another goal and maybe even one further than that. That was the situation with TX Galaxy against Sekhukhune United. Sekhukhune United winning in the first round of the MTN 8. And they'll have a meeting with Stellenbosch FC in the second round, or the semi-finals, which is a home and away. So double round there. Orlando Pirates against Mamelodi Sundowns is the other semi-final. The first leg of those will take place next weekend, both on Saturday, by the way, interestingly.
You know what Chippa United is saying about Sundowns, right?
Well, it's going to be, for me, the matchup between Pirates and Sundowns. The top two in the Betway Premiership last season, and Orlando Pirates are defending champions. I think it's going to be incredible. And a big test for Coach Kotoso, and certainly a big test for Abdeslam Wadu. But Coach Wadu first has to go to Bloemfontein on Tuesday to meet his former side, Marubo Gallants, who he had massive success with, and hence his move to Orlando Pirates. It's going to be a cracker live on your World of Champions. That's good defense from Maseko.
Do you know what qual is, right? Qual. No. Qual is that if you have a grudge, Sundowns, there's a grudge between Pirates and Sundowns. There's a quarrel. There's quarrel between the two.
Oh my word.
There's that grudge of saying, you beat us here in Nedbank Cup final with Mupuke. There is that quarrel. It's not over yet.
Header knocked away by Durban City. Just the one change that's come in the match so far, and we headed up towards the halfway mark of the second half, and Durban City wanting to make a substitution as well and bring on the former Cape Town City player Thabo Nodada. Keat grabs the ball on the second attempt, manages to elude Ndamani. Jocelyn Kamatuka got some good skills, but headed away by Motor. A foot up from the Namibian striker though.
Did you say Thabo Nodada?
Thabo Nodada is going to come on for Jocelyn Kamatuka. A really good player. And one of the few players at Cape Town City who was signed from Mpumalanga Black Aces when that status was bought here from Mbombela in, I think it was 2016.
What a player. Injuries did not help his cause as well. What a player.
Jocelyn Kamatuka has played his part in the opening goal that was scored by Maseko. But you heard from Gavin Hunt when he was chatting to Lerato downstairs a little bit earlier on that he hasn't been with the camp for a little while, has Jocelyn Kamatuka. The man who scored 13 goals last season makes way for Tobo Nodada. His 211th appearance in the Betway Premiership. The 30-year-old, former Aces, former Cape Town City. Pressure being exerted here by Durban City. Nicely kept in play as well. Headed forward by Brooklyn Pochampool. Liam de Kock stays forward. Maseko will win a corner. Frustration for Kobowake Sipante.
They say the best defense when we are leading is to attack. Isn't that what we're seeing from this team? That's leading now. Attack and attack. Keep the opponent in their own half. Put them under pressure. With possibilities, you could get goal number 2. That should make Coach Gavin Hunt happy.
So much football to be played between now and the end of May 2026. The beginning of the season of the Betway Premiership. Ball headed away by Mpumvelase. Put everything on the line today as Mpumvelase. Durban City, though, applying all manner of pressure at the moment. In Tanana with a throw-in. Near post flick-in from Hashim Domingo, saved by Ira. Not the best start to the season. 5 goals now conceded by the Ivorian in 2 matches. Domingo coming back to assist here, and with him Mkize. Oh, that's a bit tricky from Mkize, but he gets dispossessed by Motong, and then a nice touch in there as well from Maklambi. "20 minutes of stoppage time away from full time here. Plenty of time for the Rockets to come into this one, and disappointing free kick from Macbeth Mahlangu.
He can't be happy.
Nope.
That's cheaply giving away possession in a state where they need to be so conservative. Own the ball if you have to create possibilities, and they aren't doing that.
And sometimes season dishes up some anomalies and interesting little things to look at. And one little interesting thing at the beginning of the season is there's a bit of a foot up from Hashim Domingo. That'll be a free kick to TX Galaxy. Is that the Rockets played on the 2nd of August against Sekhukhune United in the MTN 8. Lost by 3 goals to 2. And on Wednesday, they travelled to the Limpopo province again for another meeting with the Eric Tinkler coached side in a league encounter away from home. So that's going to be interesting to see what the difference is in the game plan and the difference in the scoreline, obviously. 2 quick meetings between the sides, and of course there'll be a further one with a home match for TX Galaxy against Sekhukhune United later on in the season. For Durban City, it will be the first match in Chatsworth against Chippa United. And there will be Chippa United with their draw against Mamelodi Sundowns. And although Sanitemba Batela didn't have a victory, remember he was the former coach of Cape Town All-Stars, stroke All-Stars FC when they moved to Joburg, and then without a job, and suddenly pops up as the coach of Chippa United. Didejani, it almost looks as if he'd pulled a hamstring. He slowed up so dramatically, did Puzo. But a good little break from TX Galaxy. It comes to naught. Maseko. Denied by Sipande. Sipande's done nicely here. Nice little touch from Maklambi as well. This is Motong. Some impressive play from TX Galaxy at the moment, but even better so at the back by Mfana Fuji. Not offside here. Trevor Mokoena. Still Trevor Mokoena. Missed a golden opportunity, an absolutely unbelievable opportunity during the second half that he missed, but it's a great challenge by Mlungisi Mbunjana.
It's brought in to clean up things.
He's an incredible player, Mlungisi Mbunjana. Maybe understated a bit, but I tell you what, I think he's phenomenal. Header over the top from Letsawalo. Must have been a touch, because I think the referee's given a corner here to TX Galaxy.
Was there a touch? Let's have a look at it.
Seemed to come off Liam de Kock. They've got to try and exercise and make use of every attacking option here, TX Galaxy. The trail by 2-0 at home. Maduna, nice catch by Darren Keat. He's a solid unit, and that TX Galaxy player literally bounced off him. I think it was Macbeth. This man's had a good match today, Mkhize. Jodwana backwards towards de Kock. Way by Jodwana. Maseko has changed from the right-hand side to the left and continues to apply pressure. Didijani's done nicely. And so has Mkhize. Danger averted.
They'll keep on probing. They're trailing. As TS Galaxy. So they're going to take calculated risks, and actually see the coach Beganovic encouraging his players to add numbers forward in their quest to at least get one goal that could reignite that belief of saying they can win at home.
Half an hour left in the second half. 15 minutes of stoppage time away from victory. Durban City at the moment. Keat stays on his line. Ball knocked away again by Mkhize. The contribution that Mfana Futi's making here is absolutely unbelievable. Mbapate trying to dribble away into contention. Foul by Mpumvelase.
You would say, of course, he was beaten, and in their quest to stop the opponent on his track, he commits a foul.
Double sub for TX Galaxy. Kayelitle and Mube, who's one of the new signings, and Thiago Walters is also a new signing for TX Galaxy, going to be coming on as substitutes. No further place for Lense Motong. And the other sub seems to be Kobowake Sibande. So both fullbacks have been removed by Adnan Beganovic. And Walters on. Walters comes through the junior ranks at TX Galaxy. Motong affording himself rather nicely on his debut in the Betway Premiership for the Rockets.
Here's something for you to check if memory still serves you well. There was a Walters at some point in the football space in Pretoria. Remember him? Okay, I know you will. You remember him? Are you sure?
Easy pickup for Tapeira. High line being played here by Macbeth Maklangu. No, that's too easy in the midfield for Durban City. And although there was a touch from Maseko, no damage really done as Ndamane pushes forward. In fact, that was a Mube. Touch from Letsawalo. Wide by Ndamane. Thiago Walters has a flick on. It's gone wide from Seluleko Makhalambi. It's a little better from TX Galaxy.
Brian Walters I was talking about. Glenn Walters at some point I was talking about. That's the Walters surname. that has graced their presence, of course, the PSL.
Strong header from Norway. Keats off his line quickly. He's a left-footed player, so that's an easy bit of distribution for him. This is Bunjana. Once again, it's Norway. Slots into that right-back position now. Lots of space available down the left-hand side for TX Galaxy. And an enterprising run that comes to naught before the Rockets. Immediately the ball's returned, potentially to Mokoena, but cut out by Mahlangu. Once first touch for Matuna. Mube. Durban City really applying pressure. Tiago Walters is in the thick of the mix as well. Now it's Maseko once again. Hashim Domingo, little stop and turn. Space available on the right-hand side if they need it, Durban City, but they're looking left. Maseko once again. He's had an absolutely inspired match for Durban City. And a collision in the middle of the park.
Casualties out of that collision.
Maseko caught by Mahlangu. Not the first time he's been injured today, Samkelo. In the meantime, substitution will bring on the former Stellenbosch FC 21-year-old Kyle Jurgens. Will come on in the place of Brooklyn Pochenpoel. Pochenpoel's had a solid game. This man's had a solid game too. Mpom Velase. And Velase is about to lose his place to Khanyana Letsoenyo, another former Stellenbosch FC player. Fabulous contribution for a man who's 36 years old, and Velase. I think he'll be a little unhappy to be removed from this stage of the game, but there's still, 9 minutes plus stoppage time to play. Fresh legs brought on in a traditional left back in Khanyana. Kyle Jurgens on as well for Durban City, and players getting an opportunity to run. Jurgens taking up a place in the midfield. Dreadlocked, wearing a sleeved garment underneath his playing shirt. Oh, a little setup here for Jurgens, and his first touch isn't a particularly bad one, is it?
Say, dynamite comes in what? Smaller key packages. Gets it right on target. Tape Ira was up for it. Well taken, had a goal written all over it.
Love the confidence of that shot.
The technique as well. Decisive.
Durban City lead TX Galaxy by 2-0. 8 minutes in stoppage time away from full time. Thanks for joining us this afternoon in Mpumpela, live on your World of Champions. Betway Premiership in its second season. This is the second day of the Betway Premiership. There is a second match to come later on this afternoon as well. Thabo Notata. Hashim Domingo. Walters all clear. Oh, Walters made a mess of things.
Unlucky.
It's almost like, the bounce of the ball was, the momentum was headed towards his left-hand side. He looked up to see where he could clear to, and in doing that, the ball eluded him and went out behind for a corner. That's a bit unlucky.
Very unlucky. I thought he had shaped it up, calmed it down. Now they've got pressure.
Certainly do. Both goals have come in the second half in this one. Don't forget the second match of the afternoon on the second day of the opening round of the Betway Premiership. See Stellenbosch FC hosting Kaizer Chiefs. 1730. About 3/4 of an hour's time. Nice catch from the goalkeeper. Tope Ira, initially I thought it was a good catch, but he dropped it in the meantime. Forward by Jordwana. Cut out by Maklangu. That's been a tough battle for TX Galaxy this afternoon, and one certainly does hope that they can get the players that they've earmarked to be signed this season. I mean, if you look at the players that have been earmarked, Anselin Williams from JDR Stars, Matome Molai from JDR Stars as well, Jeffrey Tlamini from Royal AM, Onke Moletse from Venda, Villaleke Zulu from Amazulu. There's a number of good players in there. Tabananada with a yellow card as a substitute.
He is not happy at all, Tabananada.
Not at all. Three yellow cards from referee Nchidiso Mkwanazi this afternoon. TX Galaxy are going to have to get their wits about them if they're going to have some success in their second meeting of the season against Sekhukhune United this coming Wednesday up at the Peter Makaba Stadium. This is Mokwena, Trevor Mokwena, being shepherded well wide, and that's a really good piece of defending from Mube. Maybe a bit forceful. In fact, it wasn't Damani. Durban City will be at home against Chipper United. You know, Gavin Hunt will be mighty pleased, I suppose, but there's another 29 rounds to come. You heard from Eric Tinkler last night. He said he'd love to have 50 points a season. He had 47 points in the previous campaign. And in his post-match interview, he did say, well, that's 3 down. And for Gavin Hunt, it'll be 3 down as well. Traditionally, in a 16-team league, you need 30 points to save relegation. And 3 points is only 10% of that, so lots of work just still to come. But 29 matches for Durban City. They're not involved in the top 8 competition, but they will be involved in the Carling knockout. Way offside by Maseko. Been a busy man as Kamusi Razwimisani.
I think the biggest challenge for Coach Eric Tinkler will be next season. For now, in fact, this season, because the success that he's had, there's a touch of a few coaches as well that have gotten the team to where they are. But he's quite capable, of course, Coach Eric Tinkler, to start something off the ground. And
Thiago Walters is left back that's come through the junior ranks at TX Galaxy. Has had a little bit of an uncomfortable debut for this season in the Betway Premiership as Thiago, but I'm sure given the right opportunities he'll settle down a bit. And the band plays on. It was fascinating to see, and sometimes Tim Sukazi, you'll see him leading the band with his fingers taped and the drum that he beats here, quite often leading the troops. But the owner of TX Galaxy, not here today, he's watching from a little bit further away. Business commitments are important things. This is Thiago Walters, Mbunjana, Matuna. Some nice touches from TX Galaxy. Good play as well by Kyle Jurgens. Ball given away to Letsuenyo. Again, frustration for Thabo Nodada. He's already on a yellow card. Yeah, maybe just lacking a little bit of sharpness, Thabo. But yeah, as you said, you know, at the beginning of this match, there's a couple of players for Durban City maybe just need to crack on with fitness. Jocelyn Kamatuka, one of them, and Thabo Nodada, maybe another. But all in all, I think Gavin Hunt will say that, yeah, there's lots of work to be done. But when you win by 2-0 away from home in your first match in the Betway Premiership, there's got to be some smiles about that.
well, of course there will be some character that has come out that we've seen from the Durban City players. There's that believe in themselves, that they're here to do business and create a winning mentality. And a good result against a team that has been so consistent in TS Galaxy. that should be able to add to the volume of confidence that they're supposed to build up.
Maseko down once again, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was substitute. He's got a massive grin on his face, has some kilo.
It's cramps, right? It looks like it. He is cramping, I think.
And he's been kicked about a little today. Scored a tremendous goal at the start of the second half. So did this man, Mkhize. That's the goal that is scored by Maseko. Just seconds into the second half, and there's the headed goal from Mkhize. Beautifully judged, timing to perfection, whacks the header past Tapaira, and that's game done. Samkelo Maseko will not take any further part in this encounter because his place has been taken by Sasizo Magawana. And the man in your picture was the focus of a lot of controversy towards the end of the First Division season, with Cape Town Spurs claiming that he wasn't registered properly, and there were all sorts of legal battles that happened. Magawana was cleared. Durban City Crown champions. He's on as a substitute here today. He played a massive part of Durban City's success in the Motsepe Foundation Championship last season. He might have only scored 3 goals, but the 26-year-old's contribution was phenomenal. And hopefully he'll be able to do that again in the Betway Premiership. Jurgens clears. Little touch from Domingo, cleared away by Mkhize, who himself has been phenomenal today. But we are in the final seconds of the second half of this encounter, and Gavin Hunt seems to be growingly impressed. 5 minutes to be added on to the end of this encounter by referee Mkwanazi. Match does drift into second half stoppage time here in Nelspruit. Durban City leading TX Galaxy by 2-0.
I thought you were going to say 2 Kanda.
2 versus Makanda.
Okay. That's more like it.
Free kick for Maduna. That should be easy for Keats. First touch for Sasizo Magawana. Kyle Jurgens. Hashim Domingo. Some good names in this Durban City side, and when they start to get their act together, as they have done today in the second half in particular, and they start to really consolidate and bring more players in potentially, there's a lot of potential that we've seen today for success for the newly crowned First Division champions. Wayman Damani. 5 minutes added on by referee Mkwanazi, and the clock is ticking. 5 minutes for TX Galaxy to score at least the 2 goals to give them a share of the spoils. We've had a 0-0 draw this weekend, Polokwane City Magesi. We've had a 1-1 draw between Chippa United and Mamelodi Sundowns. Potential of a 2-2 draw here, but TX Galaxy haven't scored in 90 minutes. And so statistically, the odds would be against them by some considerable margin. Never easy guiding a new side into the Premier League, but the appointment of Gavin Hunt as coach, and Ernst Middendorp, who's got a long history with the former Maritzburg United, looking to utilize that experience to good effect at the beginning of a Premier League season. There is Gavin Hunt. Fascinated to hear his comments when he chats to Lerato just now. Tabanandada offside.
Well, I had a privilege to have a conversation with my coach, Ernst Middendorp. The belief he's got with the young players and what they are likely to come up with, the experience that they're bringing to the team could be valuable.
Ngube takes on Domingo, and still Ngube. It's a lovely ball, you know. Thiago Walters dives into the penalty area and might have injured one of the Durban City defenders. I think he has too, and maybe has injured himself as well. just clattered into that Durban City penalty area, did Walters. Mopate injured. Yeah, I think he was trying to put on the brakes, and that he applied a little bit too late from the substitute.
You mean Walters?
Walters.
That's breaking at the highest level.
Keats handles beautifully for Durban City. Another clean sheet coming the way of the 36-year-old. Incredible amount of experience that he brings into the Durban City camp. This is Magawana.
And you say experience, and I agree with you, because when you look at the distribution, it was not intended for anyone. So when you play the ball that high as a keeper, there's no intention to find anyone.
Back to the drawing board a bit, I think, for Adnan Beganovic. Don't forget he's going to play against Sekhukhune United on Wednesday. Durban City on the same day will play against Chippa United at Chatsworth Stadium. Stadium that held them in such good stead in the Motsepe Foundation Championship campaign. Hashim Domingo. Nice touch from Toba Nodada. Didijani undone by Kyle Jurgens, and Jurgens blown for a foul. There's Ernst Middendorp. I think he'd be a satisfied man as well.
Well, he confirms that he's forever in the swimming pool at about 5 o'clock in the morning. Winter, summer. That's why he remains strong, young.
The final whistle blows at the Mbombela Stadium in Nelspruit. Smiles on the faces of the Cadodiers. There'll be smiles on the face of Ernst Middendorp and of Gavin Hunt as well. They've come, they've seen, they've conquered. And Durban City and TX Galaxy level at halftime at 0-0. Scoring goals here in the second half. Seconds into the second half from Maseko, and a great header from Mkize on the hour mark. They've undone the home side, who have now conceded 5 goals in their opening 2 matches, one in the MTN 8, one in the Betway Premiership this season, though. And Brian, all in all, I don't think Durban City can have too much to complain about.
Well, playing away, an important game for them to register their presence in the elite league. They needed to prove a point. They needed to play with character. They needed to be ruthless, and that's exactly what they did, Durban City. Of course, the host themselves will have so many questions to ask in terms of their defense, creativity, their finishing, which did not happen. But at the end of the day, give it to Gavin Hunt's team. They came out with a fighting spirit. They scored the goals that they scored. They needed to defend, and they defended as a unit. It's a good start. It's the staying power that becomes important. It's the bouncing back from TS Galaxy.
Goals from Maseko and Mkize give the victory to Durban City on debut in the Betway Premiership. They win by 2-0.
A big thank you to our commentary team. It is Durban City that are off to a flying start in the big league. First victory in the Betway Premiership. It brings me to the standout player in today's game, the winger from the Citizens, Samkelo Maseko. Samkelo, for a lot of us that watched you play last season, this is a continuation of everything that you did last season. First goal in top flight football. Congratulations.
It wasn't easy. I had to prepare mentally because now it's a bigger stage. Ngasho ukuthi ukusebenza kanzima during off season ngone kungisize kakhulu.
Asikhulume about that. What were some of the aspects that you worked on? Because there were a lot of moving pieces, new coaching staff coming in, new players as well. Ukuthi uzithole and find your place still in the team.
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi ukusebenza kanzima akukho okudlula dedication. Because if bengihleli ngirelaxile ngithi ngizojima ngoba sekuvuliwe bengeke kube lula kanje. Kuba nzima ejimini, so mangifika egamini izinto ziyazenzakalela kuba lula.
You have announced your arrival. Samkelo Maseko has now entered the chat ku Betway Premiership.
Ngasho ukuthi sazosetshenzwa. Akumele umuntu relax. Uthi ngikorile la game yami ukuqala top flight akusho ukuthi kumele ngirelax. Samele ngiqhubeke ejimini ngisebenze kanzima. Because no coach uhlezi angithethisa ejimini mangilahla ibhola noma kanjani. So kumele ngiqhubeke ngisebenze kanzima.
Congratulations.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Samkelo Maseko, the winger from Durban City. He gets a goal this afternoon here. Of course, playing in the Betway Premiership for the very first time. I'm joined by his coach, Coach Gavin Hunt. Coach, appreciate your time. What pleases you more about today's performance? Is it the clean sheet? Is it how the team was in sync? Is it how certain aspect worked out today?
Well, since I've come in here, the attitude of the players is fantastic, and you know, any coach wants to work with good attitude players. I mean, it's not rocket science, and you know, we're not blessed with abundance of, you know, we don't have too many. We try, as we're speaking now to the owner, I see we've got another 1 or 2 coming, so it'll help me for Wednesday, and we'll definitely be stronger, you know. But attitude's fantastic, and they want to learn, and you know, it also gives you a nice spring in your step as a coach as well, you know what I mean? You know, come in, people support you, and that's the most important thing.
Let's talk about the attitude change, especially in that second half, to come out and then get the goal, but also control the game.
Yeah, it was always going to be difficult. I mean, they've got a very good record here, you know, so, and first away game as a newly promoted team, you know, we got so many changes to this and that, and try to keep the core of the players, but obviously a lot of them are left. So as we talk now, I've just got another 2 in. He just told me now they're coming today, so they'll land. So at least it'll give us a little bit more strength in depth and numbers, you know.
Coach, I can't let you go. You're hinting about it. The new players that are coming in, which position are you looking to bolster?
They'll get announced. You know, in football these days is all about marketing and perceptions, and so they let them do all the marketing. I'll just do the coaching. I don't know.
Congratulations, first win as the Durban City coach.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That is the head coach of the Citizens, Coach Gavin Hunt, off to a flying start. A victory that they get here today away to TS Galaxy. I'm joined by the head coach of TS Galaxy now, Ednan Beganovic. Coach, I appreciate your time. Where do you feel like the team fell short today?
Yeah, just 2 mistakes, 2 goals. When you concede goals, how we concede, it's tough to come back and then try to do something. But also, it's again young players need the time to understand, to catch the fitness and everything what need to catch tactically part. It's painful when we lose the first game again at home, and then we don't have too much time to cry. In Wednesday we play another game. We need to refresh team, recovery team, and I hope so we get new players what we bring in the club.